Hi, my name is Cynthia. I'm a brand new California Notary Public, and I wanted to go over a few things with you today based on my experience with the exam that'll hopefully help you out. So, first, we're going to go over what's on the test, my first impressions, things I wish I knew and did, and then some quick advice. And just a quick disclaimer, this is based on my personal experience in Orange County, California, and this may differ from state to state, as some don't even require testing. So just keep that in mind. All right, so first things first, what's on the test? Everything I share here is going to be based off of CPS HR Consulting. That's the organization that you have to go through to get scheduled to get tested. They give you a list of everything that you need for the test, and then they proctor your exam. So I can't give specifics because it is prohibited to disclose exactly what's on the test, but I can tell you, if you don't already know, it is a 1 hour long exam. It is a 45 question multiple choice exam, and it is proctored. So there are people watching you to make sure you do not cheat. Um, Here's a very useful breakdown that CPS HR Consulting includes on their website, and I can leave a link down below for you guys to check it out. But the breakdown basically is 5 administrative procedures. So there's 5 questions on that, and then there's 12 questions on notarial acts and documentation, 4 questions on identification and subscribing witness notarizations. There are 4 questions on immigration and foreign language questions, and there are 15 misconduct/fee questions. There are also 5 non-scored questions, and this is probably for CPS HR Consulting to gauge the difficulty of questions for use in future exams. Obviously, they don't tell you which are not scored, but that's the breakdown of what's on the test. One quick thing I did want to add is that the test is scaled, meaning scores take into consideration the difficulty of each question, and that's because not everyone gets the same exact test, and you do have to have a scaled score of 70 to pass. All right, so now my first impression of the test. It really reminded me of an SAT test that you take in high school because it's proctored and it's timed and it's really strict. For instance, you were instructed to turn off your phone, and if it made the slightest noise, even a vibration or anything, they would come up, take it away from you, and they would discard your test results, and then they would report the incident over to the Secretary of State. I didn't see that happen, but they were very clear about that. So if I had to rate the test on a scale of 1 to 10, it would be a 7 for me. And it's because it's not that difficult, but the wording is very tricky on some questions. Okay, things I wish I knew or did. Really, I wish I knew about the CPS HR Consulting breakdown of the test before, you know, a day before the exam. I really found out last minute, and I think if I had known that in advance, it would have helped me a lot with my studying. So I hope it helps you. It's that list that we went over in the very beginning of the video. And then second, I wish I knew to bring a copy of the notary handbook because you are required to come in 45 minutes in advance before your exam time. And I didn't take advantage of printing out my handbook and then, studying that beforehand, to kind of calm my nerves and become more confident in my test questions. Yeah, so I couldn't study it because I didn't have it, but other people that had it, they were able to study it. All right, now some advice. I would definitely say arrive earlier than required. You're already required, like I mentioned, to arrive 45 minutes earlier than your exam time, but I would say arrive at least an hour before your exam time. Um, for me, I had to deal with parking. I forgot something in my car, so I had to go get it. And then I had to figure out exactly what room or place the exam was taking place. So that took up some of my time. And I was missing something in my packet, so thankfully I was able to get that resolved within that 45-minute time frame. But I'd say arrive earlier because unexpected things happen. If you're missing something and you have to go run and print something like I did, then you have that extra time. Or, worst case scenario, you just have extra time to do some last minute studying. And then I would also say if you want to take your exam earlier than what you registered for, go ahead and find one and just walk in. There were tons of people that tried to walk in on my exam day. I don't know how many of them made it into the test. I know that one for sure made it in, but I'm not sure how many. There were probably a dozen, so I'm not sure how many of them actually made it in. So it's definitely worth the shot if you know your exam is 2 months out, but you want to take one and you think you're ready for it. So that's basically it, guys. I hope you found some of this information helpful. If you do still have questions, feel free to leave them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. I will be loading some more notary related content, so if you want to see that, go ahead and subscribe. Until next time.